free the lands, Uhuru and Uhuru Sasa, and all segments and phases of black law, black love, and black power, and brown power too, for all black and brown people. My subject tonight deals with a serious dynamic. This dynamic is known as terrorism. And being that it's a tough subject, naturally, my dissemination of this subject must be equally as tough. So I say for some who might not be able to basically deal with the turbulence of this fight, to buckle up, because there will be much turbulence. So I will start my lecture tonight, and the title of the lecture is Has the Cracker Changed? Part 4. The Cracker is the Terrorist. How do black people stop terrorism, police brutality in the black community? When we hear terrorism, many of us are sick and silly enough to believe that terrorism started September 11, 2001. We've actually had that indoctrinated in our minds by way of terrorism itself. We, as a people, as black people, as the darker people of the earth, as brown people, have experienced terrorism for a long time. We've experienced terrorism for quite a long time. 6,000 years in general. We've been fighting terrorism for 6,000 years, actually in particular, and 66 million years in general. When you look at the streets of Overtown, Liberty City, Little Haiti, and to some degrees, Little Havana, and other key points where we are in America, in Miami, in Dade County, in Fort Lauderdale, Sistrum, Lauderdale, Shadowside, Deepside, East Sunrise, West Sunrise, Pompano Beach, Kaya City, or when we go to Fort Pierce, in certain areas where you got V9 and 13, and we go to Palm Beach and other places, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Jamaica, Queens, Long Island. We go to Compton in Los Angeles. We go to the Bay Area. We go to Oakland. We go to Houston in Texas. We go to Dodge City, DC, Baltimore. We go to, let's say we go to Camden, New Jersey. We go to Kingston, Trenchtown in Jamaica, Nassau in the Bahamas. We go to Caguas in Puerto Rico, or other key points there. We go to different parts of the Dominican Republic. We go to different parts of Cuba. We go to different parts of America in general, Europe, Asia, and Africa. All around the world where we go. And you see us acting in a form of malice or horrible behavior from in the hood, disseminating the devil's poison to our brothers and sisters, disrespecting each other, the black man disrespecting the black woman, and the black woman disrespecting the black man, and the brown woman disrespecting the brown man, and the brown man disrespecting the brown woman, us killing each other all over the place. You're not looking at a real black man. You're not looking at a real brown man. You're looking at a black man and a brown man under the effects of terrorism, under the effects of slavery, captivity, imperialism, colonialism, neo-colonialism, neo-imperialism, and internal colonialism, under the effects of white terrorism. So, let us begin here, because this is a good place to begin. One of the most popularized historical dynamics of the terrorist attack waged against us, which is recorded, which is why we speak of this as a start, took place in 1783 BC. Now, according to the cracker historian, whom they call the father of history, and this is another form of terrorism, academic terrorism, We go into their 12-step brainwashing camps that they call the public school system, where they terrorize the minds and hearts of black people, of African people, of Kemetic people, of brown people, of our Latino, of our, I don't use this term, but just for the sake of word usage, Hispanic brothers and sisters. The reason why I don't use the term Hispanic is because you're not his and you're not Spanish. Spaniards were crackers who came out of Europe and brought their sick white supremacist madness there in their colonialism and imperialism and destroyed the indigenous black man, brown man, red man on those lands that we happen to be in. So I don't use that term. But for the sake of word usage, I would say our Hispanic brothers and sisters, our brown brothers and sisters, and this particular dynamic and whole particular effect of things. And in referencing that, I say that our minds have been polluted. So we're taught that the father of history is white. The father of medicine is white. The father of this is white. The father of that is white. And in truth, nothing could be farther from the truth. Nothing could be farther from the facts of the reality of them destroying our minds, terrorizing us, and indoctrinating us. So according to the cracker father of history, Herodotus, he says that the Hyksos were the Scythians. These people, as he recorded and wrote, from the Caucasus area of Europe, the Caspian Sea, Georgia, and those places, came down and terrorized civilization as we knew it at that time. These no-good terrorist crackers came into Kemet, came in and raped and murdered innocent men, women, children, and babies, and then set up their own actual system of slavery and colonialism, where they began to oppress the indigenous Kemet black man and his Semite-Semitic brother, black man, and oppressed us and down-pressed us to the point to where, in order to stop this terrorist onslaught, we had to rise up, and under the great revolutionary black pharaoh, which according to the Greek, the freaks, they call the leaders of Kemet, the kings, pharaohs, but according to the Median term, which is the language of Kemet, we say Nigu. The Nigu, Amos, rose up and destroyed their white reign of terrorism inside of Kemet. He united all of Kemet, and we came against those crackers and crushed those crackers. But it was only before a matter of time that we will again have to experience terrorism. So, when these crackers invaded ancient Babylon, Persia, they began to destroy the indigenous Babylonians. And this is how the negative connotation begin to be attached to the word Babylon or Babel. The word Babel is not a bad word. Babylon is not a bad word. The word actually means, at its Kemetic root, at its Semitic root, Ba, which means gate, and El, which means the supreme being. So it's not a bad word. But anything under this cracker is bad. So they came in and invaded us again as the Persians, the Babylonians. And this went into the Greek period, where you, in 332 BC, where you had Alexander the Greek, the freak. I don't call that cracker Greek. You would never have me be that victim of terrorism while I refer to our murderers, our killers, and our oppressors as great, where you will see me talking about it's President's Day. How in the hell could I celebrate a day of some no-good bastards who murdered my people? And some of you, when you say that, they say, well, you're being racist because you don't want to bow down and submit to a day of your murderers and your killers and your goddamn oppressors. George Washington owned slaves. George Washington owned slaves, oppressed black men, oppressed black women, and raped black little girls, and had babies by these black little girls that he raped. And most of the babies he raped, he would sell for kegs of molasses, whiskey, syrup, and rum, from plantation to goddamn plantation. George Washington raped black women. Thomas Jefferson raped black women. Sammy Hendrix was 13 years old. Raped black women, had babies by black women and black little girls. Jefferson Washington, Jackson. As a matter of